Tonight on CTV3 News, the issue of price gouging takes center stage once more. The 2023-2024 crop season is over, but a commercial agreement between BSI, ASR, and the BSCFA is nowhere in sight. And we'll tell you about an exhibit that speaks on the Mayan history. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Tuesday, July 25th, 2023.
Me encuentro recluida porque fui acusada de inhumación, exhumación de cadáveres, profanación de cadáveres y homicidio de 13 personas.
Ellos decían que era santería, nosotros decíamos que era satanería.
Yo nunca me imaginé que a mí me iban a aventar todo lo de Adolfo.
Quien jefaturaba y quien ordenaba y quien tenía el poder y el peso de decisión pues era Sara.
Stay hydrated, stay healthy. 100% natural juice. No added sugars, no preservatives. Big H, the juice of Belize.
Good evening with your news, also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. Recently, the sugar industry received some much needed good news when the second payment for Cañeros came in at a record high. Despite the seemingly good closure of the 2022-2023 crop season, the industry continues to reel over the long-standing impasse between BSI-ASR and the BSCFA over a commercial agreement. The present interim agreement will expire on before the start of the 2024 crop season, scheduled for December, and so the question remains if there will be a new commercial agreement in place before that time. We have heard from both sides who say they are ready to resume negotiations, and earlier this week, during an interview with the media, Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Jose May, also weighed in, adding that the committee formed by the government is in the process of reaching out to both parties.
I'm having a meeting, I think it's not tomorrow, with the BSCFA and the committee which the Prime Minister formed with Minister Karim. He has called me to ask me to meet with the association and with the team, and so we begin that again tomorrow.
Sir.
The Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry administration to the press pause button on the development of a policy to amend the price control list to lower the cost of living, as it was not consulted. In a letter to the Prime Minister, the private sector group said it understands that the government is developing regulations to expand the price control list by 30 food and 30 non-food items, and impose a 15% and 20% maximum markup. The group says the plans should be put on hold to allow for detailed research and consultation to be done to ensure that any initiative to combat inflation can precisely benefit low-income households. But the minister, who was given the task to come up with recommendations on how to reduce the cost of living and the effects of inflation, says the government must move forward with the process for the benefit of Belizeans.
I saw the release issued by Chamber of Commerce. I don't know who voted for them. We are a government elected by the people. The people, and we know that there is price gouging and there is inflation, is real. When we invited the people to meet with us, the importers and the retailers and those who have stores. The question should have been how many of them are on the Chamber of Commerce? I don't know. How much people run the Chamber of Commerce? So when we discuss this in cabinet and come up with that list, it is because the people are demanding that from us, the government, and it is the people who voted for us. So when they are saying that they were not consulted, maybe they should go out and broaden their membership so that they are well represented when we meet with them. But we cannot be consulting every single person. This thing has been dragging on for a long time. And so we need to get this done. We expanded the list, and now we are meeting with them to reach a level of understanding to say, let us try to control the percentage on your profits on this. So I don't know why that should be a problem with them. My suggestion is that they need to amplify their membership so that they be represented in these meetings. But we cannot delay the process. I mean, the people out there are suffering. Inflation is real. A lot of it was imported. We didn't make it. We didn't increase the price. And so we need to deal with it right away.
The issue of price gouging has been a concern across the country for a while now, one which GOB has been fighting to control. With reports of price gouging increasing in most parts of the country, Minister of Agriculture Hossein Mai says that his ministry is working overtime to have legislation implemented to help combat the situation, which will include monitoring by 6 trained officers who will visit establishments across the country.
Regulations for that are about to be finished by the AG's office, and after that is completed, we are bringing in the public servants who will participate for training. We will also employ in an established position 6 officers that will be sent across the country or concentrate where the gouging is more predominant.
Have we seen where that is taking place?
Of course, Belize City, Cayo, Orinda, Coronado, San Pedro. Oof.
Basically countrywide.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Coming up next, a slight decrease in price of LPG. Stay tuned.
Me encuentro recluida porque fui acusada de inhumación, exhumación de cadáveres, profanación de cadáveres y homicidio de 13 personas.
Ellos decían que era santería, nosotros decíamos que era satanería.
Yo nunca me imaginé que a mí me iban a aventar todo lo de Adolfo.
Quien jefaturaba y quien ordenaba y quien tenía el poder y el peso de decisión pues era Sara.
If you're lucky, no matter what life hands you, you can always count on your closest friends to be there. Oh, thank you. My purse was exhausted. We are all blissfully unaware when our lives are about to change.
Life is full of surprises.
I'm ready to lose my virginity.
Excuse me? I got the list.
What list? There's a whole brouhaha at school about this MILF list.
For real?
Our lunchtime fodder is not usually this lowbrow, I swear.
Really? Who have you been eating with?
It's a big step up for Che and me.
I've been having exit out of grief sex. It's just sex.
Through all the chance that you've been out there, men have feelings too.
Life's too short not to try something new. And just like that, I realized some things are better left in the past. But maybe not everything.
Sign up for Smart Share Plan and save big. Whether you're a small entrepreneur starting up your business, a student on a limited budget, or a family trying to save, this is the plan for you. With unlimited SMS, calls, and data, we help you save. Get up to 5 lines for as low as $30 per line monthly, only with Smart. Sign up today at any Smart showroom or sales manager countrywide. So get your business going, share more memories with friends, and be ready for the day with Smart.
wasn't an illusion. Something that was real. Something that they could see and touch.
Humans and dinosaurs can't coexist. We created an ecological disaster.
Ellie Sattler.
Alan Grant.
You didn't come out all this way just to catch up now, did you?
You coming or what?
That's another plane, right?
Not exactly.
Don't move.
The Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise has partnered with the International Regional Organization for Health in Agriculture, better known as OIRSA. In a very special signing yesterday in Bamopan, a memorandum of understanding and pertinent additional documents were signed into agreement under the Fusarium TR4 disease project. This MOU will see the use of K9 units that will be at the PGIA to sniff out anything illegal entering the country. The MOU also features the development of tissue culture technology at the University of Belize Laboratory for banana and plantain propagation. This is the broader reaction of a government that seeks to strengthen and increase detection levels of unwanted goods that pose a risk to the agricultural sector as visitors and Belizeans pass through our international airport in Ladyville. Here is Minister Mai with the details.
These MOUs, as a matter of fact, should have been signed a long time ago. We have a new director of OIRSA, in the name of Raul Rodas, originally from Honduras. So he was just sworn in a couple weeks ago. And so it is time for us to sign, to make it official, these MOUs. One of them is the PGIA. You know, we have X-ray machines now that OIRSA manages, OIRSA, and in conjunction with Baja. Now, these machines will put in place there as a result of the Central American countries coming together saying that to maintain the area free of diseases, free of pests, or free of, or try to manage the importation of illegal goods that may be contaminated with diseases, viruses, or to a great extent pests. We are all very concerned about the Fusarium disease in Colombia, Venezuela, and Peru. This disease that affects banana, especially the Cavendish variety which you have, is very, very serious. It's a threat to the region, and all the ministers, all the countries agreed that they will place X-ray machines to capture any organic product that's coming in that may not be declared, banana being one of them. And so that is one. So, to add to that is the collaboration with OIRSA, again, with the K9 unit. If you would walk through airports in other countries, you would find that the agriculture department has their personnel walking with dogs. Those dogs are trained to sniff out organic products, seeds, plant material, fruits, meats, and these things. So it's very important. Why? Because we signed to these agreements, we signed to these conventions that we will do this so that we protect each other. If we as a country fail to implement those two actions, then the other Central American countries are saying, you know what, I don't want to trade with you because you are a risk to me.
Minister Mai confirmed that the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding makes all agreements binding since the systems have been in use for the past 6 months. The price of liquid petroleum gas saw a slight decrease earlier this week of 2 cents. We must note that this is the second decrease in the price for LPG in less than a month. This means that the wholesale price for LPG is now $3.31, down from $3.33. In urban areas, the retail price will be $1.12 per pound or $4.91 per gallon. Prices in the rural areas will decrease to $1.15 per pound or $5.01 per pound. According to the Supplies Control Unit SCU in the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise, the decrease of 3 cents per gallon is a result of a reduction in the acquisition price of both butane and propane. While the PGIA is said to now curtail unwanted and unwelcome products from entering Belize that could well pose a threat to agriculture, Minister Mai says that there are other diseases that also need keen attention and swift action. Yesterday, he referred to the African swine fever that is making its rounds and could quickly destroy agriculture in small countries like Belize. But Mai says Belizeans can rest assured that the government, through the systems now in place, will keep the African swine flu away from Belize. According to Mai, his ministry has plans to introduce the same protocols at the land border entry points to the country.
We have another disease in the Dominican Republic, which is African swine fever. Now, they're still trying to battle that disease. When you get African swine fever in your country, you're in a serious problem. China had it. They eradicated 50% of their swine population. That is in the billions of dollars. Because once you get to your farm, you have to depopulate. You kill everything. Now, everybody's scared of having this in their country. You have to understand that there are flights from Dominican Republic to Panama. Panama is the hub. And from Panama, you have Costa Rica, Salvador, Guatemala, including Belize. So everybody's scared. So Panama being the hub, they are even more strict with people coming in from these regions, because you understand something, that disease, African swine fever, is spread by people taking sandwiches from one country to the next, right? It's still in the meat. It doesn't affect humans, but it does affect pigs. So if you take the remains that's thrown out of a plane and you go feed your pigs with it and you have African swine fever, you will get it. That is how it has been spreading across the world. Asia has it, Europe has it. In this region, only DR has it. And we want it to be kept there, not to spread anymore. So we have to step up our game. In the past, we had some resistance that maybe we didn't need the X-ray machines, we didn't need the K9 units. But when I explained to our colleagues in cabinet that if we don't do this, our chances of opening markets to other Central American countries is being restricted, because nobody wants to trade with a country who behaves irresponsibly.
With the systems in place, Belize positions itself to welcome more tourists and encourage safe travel. The Mayas called Belize home hundreds of years ago. Ever since traversing the country, the Mayas built temples, planted what they ate, and respected the forest. But then something went terribly wrong in the 1800s, known as the Caste War. It is probably that the Caste War is the greatest success of the Maya revolt in 1848, with the Europeans driven from Campeche and Merida in Mexico. But where is the history of it all? Is it all lost? Not so, says Hugo Carrillo, director of Yuchen Modiaxan Museum located in San Lazaro, Corozal. The museum will be hosting an exhibit this coming Friday, and Carrillo elaborates on what to expect.
It's across from Yucatan, but we have a copy from the different historians. We are working. We do, for example, right now it's the 176th anniversary of the Maya Social War. So in the entire state of Quintana Roo, they have activities. And well, I think we know for a fact that in 1847, a lot of our descendants came during that war. And many people don't know about it. And in this war, we had the Afro-descendant also. And as a matter of fact, and there are Belizean people of Belizean descent who participated in this war, and they were leaders. The only thing is that what happened is migration. They went or they were living in Quintana Roo and Yucatan.
And the documents tell the story.
Yes, it's correspondence. It's correspondence from the governor. It's correspondence from the Batabs. It's his correspondence. For example, there is one document that one of the commander, the general, writes the people saying that, you know what, you don't have to worry about this headache that you have about labor. And what they were thinking to do was to take the slaves from Belize to Quintana Roo and to Yucatan to work. So all that information, we have correspondence, and it's valuable information. And like I said, we are going more deep into it. And now, yes, we can see the ties more about the diplomacy, about the correspondence with the governors and the Mayan leaders, which is very important. And what we want to highlight that Yucatan is not only an indigenous state at that time. We had the Spanish, we had the colonials, and yes, we had an Afro-descent community there. The amount of Afro-descent people that were living at that time and the role they played in this war.
Visitors will be able to form part of a one-time audience during their visit to the exhibit, as Dr. Abigail Mackey, who has spent years of research on the Mayas, will be speaking about what she has found so far.
We will be speaking about the 176th anniversary of the Maya Social War, and then the people who were the main leaders in this. Like I mentioned, it's not only the three Mayan leaders, but we are going to speak about other leaders and their role. For example, we know for a fact that a lot of these leaders became important in this struggle, and not knowing that they are of Belizean descent. So we're going to name and highlight these leaders and what they did, how they fought, and because also there were war techniques, how the Mayas used to fight. So it is going to be very interesting on that section. And then the other section will be about the Afro descent, the community that they formed with the Mayas, the role they played in this war. And as a matter of fact, we know for a fact that we found that a lot of this Afro descent they were instructors, they were teachers also of the sons of this leader. So we've been researching for quite a while, and we have been preparing this. We give conferences across Quintana Roo, and now I think it is my duty to continue and sharing with our people about our history. We need to know our identity. We need to know our history, not only Mayan history, but also the African history.
Again, the event happens this coming Friday. It kickstarts at 10 a.m. and you are invited. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Wednesday, July 26th here on CTV3 and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at CTV3 News BZ. Remember to wash your hands and remain safe. From all of us here at CTV3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.